financing options to get... No, wrong. No! That's not what I wrote! Again! Hello, I'm Yi Qing from CPF Board and I'm here to answer your grilling questions. Okay, so the first question we receive is this. Hi, could I please check how much of my CPF savings I'm allowed to use to purchase my first piece of property? Okay, the general rule is that you can use all of your CPF ordinary account savings as long as it is within your applicable housing withdrawal limit. The housing withdrawal limit is affected by a couple of factors. So it's like the type of property you're buying, the type of loan you're taking, whether you've used your CPF for other properties, and whether the remaining days of the property can last the youngest buyer using CPF to at least 95 years old. So to give you a bit of an example, if let's say the youngest buyer using CPF is 30 years old, so the remaining days of the property must be at least 65 years old. So 30 plus 65 equals to 95. And the best way you can really find out how much CPF you can use is to head to our CPF website and to use the CPF housing usage calculator there. Can I use my CPF for renovations? I know many people, myself included, will want the answer to be yes. Unfortunately, the answer is no. So you do have to factor in your renovation costs when you're budgeting for your flat. So there are other costs that you have to factor in. And off the top of my head, what I can think of is that you need to take into account property tax, your utilities, your fire insurance, your service and conservancy charges, and your option fee, just to name a few. Use CPF for BTO or cash. So my husband and I just got the keys to our very first home, and we have the same concerns as many of you. So for now, what we chose to do is to use our CPF so that we actually retain some cash to use for our home renovation. However, we intend to switch to financing the loan partially with cash. Because if you didn't know, your CPF savings in your OA actually earn attractive, risk-free interest rate of up to 3.5% per annum, which is way higher than the interest you get in your bank accounts. We also chose not to fully wipe out our OA savings so that there's some amounts left in our OA and it can continue to go for our retirement, or when we are in between jobs and there's no salary getting credited into our CPF accounts, you can use this amount in the OA to pay for our housing loan. Why one has to pay the accrued interest to his own CPF if used to buy a property? And this person really emphasized the word own. It is true. Whatever is in your CPF account belongs to you and it is your money. However, it's important to know that CPF is primarily for retirement purposes. If you use your CPF for your housing needs now, it reduces the amount of CPF left over for your retirement in the future. Therefore, when you sell your property, you will need to refund the amount that you've used plus the accrued interest. And this is to restore your retirement savings to the amount it would have been if you did not first use your CPF for housing. But don't worry, the amount that's refunded to your OA is still your money and you can use it for your next property or you can use it for your retirement. If I use my CPF of around 250k to pay for the house, can I put back into OA even if I don't sell it? The answer is yes, you definitely can, and we actually encourage you to do so. You can make a voluntary housing refund of the amount you have used for your property back to your OA. The earlier you choose to make a voluntary refund, the more interest this amount will earn, and you can boost up your CPF savings for retirement. This actually reduces the amount you have to refund back to your CPF when you eventually sell the property, meaning you get more cash proceeds. To do a voluntary housing refund, you can go to the CPF website or you can go to the CPF mobile app. So let me show you using the mobile app. The first thing you do is to log in with your SingPass. You can click the menu on the top left-hand corner, go to My Services, Housing Refund. You can just key in the refund amount and then press Next. So the last question, any tips for young home buyers? After purchasing my own flat and going through the struggles that most of you are facing or will be facing, if I have to leave you with just one tip, I feel that the most important thing is to remember to buy a property within your means and to do proper budgeting. There are many resources available, such as calculators, on the CPF website. For more information, visit cpf.gov.sg. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel for more useful content.